And so we started the Lifeboat drill. And it's a great drill when times are tough and you have to lay people off. It's just about who is the most important person we have that no matter what, we can't lose them. And then who's the next person that fits that criteria? Who's the next person? Who's the next person? The easiest thing in the world to do is change what somebody else did. The hardest thing in the world to do is change what you did. So what I love to do is ask somebody that's been in the job for a while, is to say, okay, step back for me for a second. If today was your first day in this job, how many people on your team right now would be on your team tomorrow? How many people? And invariably, it's 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10 of your direct reports. So it's invariably, generally not 100%. So then you ask the question, why do you tolerate the mediocrity and not just move on? But we get comfortable, we get set. We don't have time to go retrain someone or introduce some change into the environment or whatnot. Within your company, fascinating to ask any manager, if today was your first day in the job, how many of these people would be on your team? Stack rank them, lifeboat drill. If the ship was going down, which person would get in the lifeboat first, second, third, in terms of can't lose.
But how long have you been using the lifeboat drill?
Jack Welch gave it to Walmart, 25 years ago and 30 years ago. And so we started the lifeboat drill. And it's a great drill when times are tough and you have to lay people off. Great drill for that. I mean, I hope none of you encounter that, but it's a great drill for that.
If you go to the emergency business response during COVID, was it a book?
No.
It's just
not that I know. Not that I.
One of those legacy stories, because I wrote about it and how to score your people, and then I said, if you're going to do this during an emergency, what would happen if you did it every month voluntarily? Like, how much more prepared for emergency would your business be?
Super helpful process in your emergency response.
And how did you score? I think what I told people to do is believe operational effectiveness and leadership, and then the two, if you're going in the lifeboat, would be operational effectiveness and it would be leadership over belief, because at that point you're just in survival mode. So you need the best execution and then strong leadership. How would you suggest they decide who to throw? The thing is, your boat hits, you got 100 people on the ship and you can only put 50 in lifeboats, and you're either going to survive or die together. Like, how do you pick the 50 you're going to keep?
Well, and every business has a different set of lenses to make that decision through. But for me, it's just about, who is the most important person we have that no matter what, we can't lose them. We need to take care of them. And, they're vital to this business. Who is that? And that's the first person. And then who's the next person that fits that criteria? Who's the next person? Who's the next person? And then when you get through the list, we were always drawing a line at the bottom 10%. Bottom 10% was always the line. And it was important to refresh the bottom 10%, because most of the people in the bottom 10% didn't want to be where they were. And so you're not doing them any favors by allowing them to just continue on. By the way, excellent achievers don't want to work with mediocre people. They just don't want to. And the mediocre players resent the excellent players. And so they're almost like, identifies it as, almost like a cancer that you have to remove to be able to get the team to gel and bond and come together.
And this is why, as the leader, though, you should be spending your most time with your top 20% of your people instead of placating to the bottom, right? Because then your best people just leave.
That's right. Because it's not the people you fire that drive you crazy. It's the people you don't fire that you should have fired that drive you crazy. So spend it with the top.